Secretary General drew attention to the catastrophe unfolding in the Middle East. He called for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire to provide sufficient time and space to help realize his two appeals: for Hamas to release the hostages immediately and unconditionally, and for Israel to immediately allow unrestricted access of humanitarian aid. He called for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire to provide sufficient time and space to ease the epic human suffering we are witnessing. Too many lives and the fate of the entire region hang in the balance, he said. And you saw that in a statement we issued last night. The Secretary General condemned the strike on Al-Ali Anglican Episcopal Hospital in Gaza, with preliminary reports of hundreds killed and many others wounded, including women and children. He also condemned the attack on an UNRWA school in Al-Maghazi refugee camp in Gaza, which killed at least 6 people. The Secretary General emphasizes that hospitals, clinics, medical personnel, and UN premises are explicitly protected under international law. Tor Venesland, the UN Special Coordinator for the Middle East peace process, briefed the Security Council this morning and said that this is one of the most difficult moments facing the Israeli and Palestinian people in the past 75 years. He expressed his fear that we are at the brink of a deep and dangerous abyss that could change the trajectory of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, if not of the Middle East as a whole. He warned that the risk of an expansion of this conflict is very real and extremely dangerous. Ultimately, Mr. Venesland said, the only way to bring an end to the bloodletting and prevent any recurrence is to pave a way towards a long-term political solution, in line with UN resolutions, international law, and previous agreements. Martin Griffiths, the Emergency Relief Coordinator, briefed Council members from Cairo. He said that in just 11 days since Palestinian armed groups attacked Israel on the 7th of October, the death toll has already exceeded that of the 2014 hostilities, which lasted more than 7 weeks. He said that in Israel, authorities have confirmed that 1,300 people have been killed and more than 4,200 injured, while in Gaza, more than 3,000 people have been killed, more than 12,500 injured, and hundreds are unaccounted for under the rubble. He noted that since the 7th of October, 28 health workers in Gaza have reportedly been killed and 23 injured. There have been many reports of health facilities sustaining extensive damage. Indeed, the Al-Ali hospital that was hit yesterday had itself already been struck on the 14th of October. Mr. Griffiths stressed that what is needed is safe humanitarian access across all of Gaza. The UN and humanitarian partners therefore urgently need a mechanism agreed by all relevant parties to allow for the regular provision of emergency needs throughout Gaza. And in a post on social media earlier today, Mr. Griffiths said that providing aid to the people of Gaza, wherever they are, is a matter of life or death. He said it is a humanitarian imperative to do so in a sustained, unimpeded, and predictable manner. There are an estimated 3,000 tons of humanitarian assistance awaiting entry to Gaza from Egypt. They must be able to move through Rafah crossing straight away to reach those who desperately need food, water, medicine, and other supplies. In Gaza, the number of people internally displaced is estimated at about 1 million, including about 352,000 people staying in UNRWA schools in central and southern Gaza in increasingly dire conditions. And Gaza is still under a full electricity blackout. Meanwhile, concerning Lebanon, our colleagues in the UN interim mission in Lebanon report multiple exchanges of fire occurred in the afternoon along the Blue Line in both Sector West and East. UN peacekeepers remain in their positions and their activities continue in line with UNIFIL's mandate, including patrolling. They're doing their utmost around the clock to defuse tensions and prevent further